3 of the one room challenge, and the past few days have been all about installing the board and batten. So I'll show you what I've been up to and give you a brief tutorial on how to install this wall treatment. Today is board and batten day. First up, I decided on the height that I wanted the board and batten to be. I modeled after existing architecture in the house to decide on 62 inches. Next, I started labeling where all of the studs were using this tool. This is a stud pop. It identifies studs with a magnet that pops up whenever it hits a nail that's holding the wooden lath to a stud. It's a must for old houses that can't use traditional stud finders. I took measurements of all the walls throughout the room and I wrote them down on my handy little drawing here. I also made sure to notate when each piece would need a miter cut at a 45-degree angle and which ones can terminate at just a 90-degree cut. So I used that as my guide and I made all of my cuts and lined them up around the room, and then now I'm ready to stick them on the wall. These lattice pieces from Mitri are really lightweight, so they're pretty easy to put up. I'm doing this solo, so it's kind of tricky to balance the nail gun with the level, but I can do it. So all I really do is pop them up on the wall, level it, and then nail it. I'm using this nail gun, which I really like. It is battery operated, so I don't need an air compressor. Is that it? I think that's it. I think I can just start nailing. Here we go. I'm heading over to Ross's warehouse where he has the CNC machine because it's much fancier than using a router, and I like to go fancy for the one room challenge. Also, this lens flare, so fancy. Cut on the CNC machine are going to give an effect of the batten wrapping around the new sconces. I'm starting to install the batten. First things first is I measured my piece of wood from the top rail to the base. The top is cut at a 90 and the bottom is cut at a 35 to account for the curve at the top of the base molding. The top of the base is curved right here, so the batten as it comes down is going to need to be cut. Otherwise, it would just look like that and that gap would look very silly. So what I've done is I've cut a bunch of templates here at different degrees on the miter saw. Clearly there's too much of a gap at 50. In the end, I'm settling on 35. Then I put it up on the wall roughly where it needs to be. And then I'm using a spacer at 10 3/4 inches, which is the space between each of the battens. Then I'm using my level to make sure that it's plumb. And then I use all my fingers and forearms and hands to keep it up there. Once I'm happy with it, I make sure to tug it as close to the spacer as I can and push it up to the top and then nail it in. I nail it in 2 spots before I take my hand away so that it doesn't wiggle at all. If your spacer stays on the wall, that means you know that it's nice and tight against that gap. You can pull it out, and then I'm going to nail all the way down. I'm going to do a lot of nails because my walls are kind of wobbly, so the more you get, the tighter it'll be as it goes through all the curves of the wall. And then I just do this another 20 more times all the way around the room. It's the end of the week and I'm almost done with the board and batten. I just have a little bit more woodwork to do and then I have to prime and paint. There's still a lot more to do in the rest of the space, so come back next Wednesday to see my progress over the next week.